think I need to work on my intro, guys. I think I should work on my intro, come up with some sort of other kind of cool little intro thing to start the stream. What do you think? Better music or something like that? I need like a good video. Everybody else has these like cool 5-minute videos and pictures of yourself, things like that. But me, I get this boring little 2-minute video, and Mr. Bill's playing around here. So interesting. Anyway, how is your guys' day today so far? Hopefully you guys had a good day. W's on the good day, W's. All right, guys and girls. Supposedly we have 13 people here. Let's just do a quick little human check before we get into the news, okay? 1 in the chat, please, if you're a human. 2 in the chat if you're not quite sure if it's kind of debatable. 3 if you're definitely not a human, if you're a robot or something like that, you know. Awesome day today. Awesome, Tiger. That's good to hear. Good to hear. Good to hear. All right, make sure you don't have too good a day if you're a drinker. You don't only have too good a day. Big Dub in the chat. Oh man, 2 people on Twitch. Wow, I never have like 2 people in the Twitch or whatever over there unless they're trolls. But let me double check and make sure that's true. It only shows 1 on my screen here, so we'll assume that hey, Papa Wheelie is a human. Man, I got multiple humans in the chat. Ooh, if you want to do another favor for me, put XX or XY in the chat. Also, if you want to verify your gender there. If you're something besides XX or XY, you can write intersex, I guess. But that's the only other one I know of. Hey, nice to see you. Trin, what's the name there? Trina from Georgia. How you doing? Nice to see you. Hugs. I forget. Hugs are the O, right? When you're writing a letter or whatever. Kisses are the X and O's are the hug. If I haven't written a letter like that in a long time. But anyway, I'm pretty sure O's are the hugs. Anyway, you guys want to get into some news here? Some interesting stuff. This lady does a good job here. She kind of, I think she's likes girls more than guys, but she's got kind of conservative values here. So I just thought this would be kind of an interesting way to start it here. Okay, 2 on Twitch. That is confirmed. Okay, wow, that's a new record on Twitch. Just back in the day, I used to have a few more when I was focusing on there for some reason, but too many trolls over there. If you see any trolls, send them my way over there, Tiger. Okay, that's enough talking and being silly here. Let's listen to some news here. I know we'll probably get into some Trump stuff or whatever, crazy stuff there, but you guys already know all the cool stuff that he did today there. So, and some of the other news that I saw on Twitter. And this time I made sure that I'm not going to accidentally show stuff from Twitter that was happening in Portland yesterday, the bike ride thing, and people were kind of exposing themselves. And I accidentally, for about 3 seconds, I showed some stuff on the YouTube screen that I shouldn't have showed. Immediately deleted my screen. So thank you, YouTube, for being nice to me and granting me that. Oh, now that I told them, they're probably going to go try to look for it. It's deleted. Don't look for it, YouTube. Don't look for it, please. Anyway, let's go into this.
Leftists, do you ever get tired of the hypocrisy? You say America is oppressive, but nobody ever leaves. You say capitalism is evil, but we know every one of y'all loves a good
iPhone
corporate pride sponsor for this year's.
Yeah, when they took off from some of the cities, like, oh, come on, help us out, give us money for this, please.
Pride event. You believe in diversity.
Hey, PMLG, there she is. How are we doing? I was wondering if I had a cool moderator or if I had Raw in the chat there. So I'm glad I have a cool moderator over there on YouTube.
Except when somebody is a LGBT or black conservative. You state that sexism is real, but gender is made up. That men are trash, but women are equal to men. You claim to support Black lives.
I'm going to slow this down here. I usually don't slow things down, but this one might be kind of a cool time to actually slow down the playback speed here. She's kind of talking kind of fast here, so slow down to 1.75 and sort of go over this again here. See it.
You state that sexism is real, but gender is made up. That men are trash, but women are equal to men.
Men are trash, but women are equal to men. But if they're equal to men, then they're trash, right? So when is this?
Claim to support Black lives, but refuse to acknowledge the fatherlessness.
Okay, that doesn't sound good. I was thinking I'd slow it down, but I didn't want to make her sound funny. Back to normal.
In homes, cultural issues, and overall gang violence in black communities, in the black demographic. Y'all claim to love self-expression when it comes to,
I didn't see that. I know there was some talk about that today. I might sort of go back and watch some of Cam Higby's feed or whatever if he was showing that earlier today.
Certain things like
No, he was doing a thing today somewhere else. So
gender identity and the way you
that was worse than the thing I saw the other day. Like, what the heck?
dress until somebody disagrees with you. By the way, free speech is a form of self-expression too. It's not just the way you want to express yourself in drag that day. Don't y'all get tired of being all the things that you say that you hate? The anti-science, the bullying, the hateful, sexist.
Come on, they know what science is, guys. Come on, they are the geniuses of science, you know.
Homophobic, transphobic, racist comments consistently made.
Oh, we have more humans in the chat here. Or at least I assume Ancient Drummers Muppets a human there. Nice to see you. Nice to see those cool people in the chat there. If you guys want to help me with anything, not that I'm grifting or anything like that. And oh, actually, I forgot to put like a link into the description or anything like that. That's very non-griftage of me. So I'm going to put my Twitter link or whatever over there just to see if I can get a few more Twitter followers and somebody that's going to actually hit the like button on some of my tweets that I put out if you wanted to. Not that I'm grifting. Not that I'm grifting, okay? Just call me the grifter. I'm not the grifter. But in case you do want to check out my daily content or whatever you want to call this stuff here, I will copy and paste this into my description here in a second. I bore you guys to death with my wonderful chit chat here. So I'm trying to figure things out here. There we go. Let's put this at the top of the thing here so you. The first thing you should do is click on that link there. I don't care. You guys, should I put in Twitch also or not here? You can't put a description of the Twitch there, can I? Okay, never mind. And let's go save changes there. And let's put it in the channel also for the heck of it there. Did you find it? Pamela, did you find it? Here we go. She found it over there. Thank you so much, Pamela. Thank you. Click on that link. I'd appreciate it. And there should be like an all notifications thing on there also. You can see what happens when I grift. I like half the people just took off when I was not grifting, but they thought I was grifting. See?
On your side. Don't you ever get tired of it? I'm just asking.
That was kind of interesting here. I forgot what her channel was. Is that her?
They're leftists. Do you ever?
I think it was somebody else's stealing her content, but anyway, that's a cool feed there. Let's see what else we got in the list here. This is said DHS took NBC Saturday Night Live Gnome sketch and made it into a hiring ad. The left can't do this anymore. They are lost. Let's see what it says here. I haven't seen this.
Our government agents are working without pay. Luckily, my boys at ICE don't mind. They're in it for the love of the game. And how did I find them? By running ads like this.
Lord have mercy.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for.
Our government agents are working.
I love how they just take what the left does and throw it back at them. Like, yeah. Silliness. Silly behavior of the left. That's all they do. The X link in your link needs fixing. In my link needs fixing? Really? Maybe next time I'll just hit the share button on the page. I just copy and paste it, but it didn't work on that one there when I did it my way. Anyway, yeah, use whatever link works then that point there on your YouTube channel. Really? I mean, on the one on the description thing or on a different one? But on the, if it's like on the main page or whatever, yeah, I'll look into fixing that one. Thank you. Get rid of that one there. This is an interesting thing. I haven't had a chance to read this yet, but supposedly ICE agents were asked to leave a middle school, possibly today, I guess, campus near Wilsonville, Wood Middle School. Is that the one on the other side of Wilson? Anyway, it's not too far from this area here. A letter from the school district said school officials told ICE agents they were parked on private property and asked them to leave, which they did shortly after. let me. ICE agent asked to leave middle school campus near Wilsonville. This is a public school. I know you're not supposed to be there during hours, school hours, things like that, but it's not private property technically. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents who told school officials they were conducting surveillance outside Wood Middle School in Wilsonville on Monday were asked to leave by school staff. In a letter to families, Westland School District said that an ICE vehicle was spotted parked on the middle school's campus near the football field. District staff spoke with the officials who confirmed they were ICE agents and were told that they were there for surveillance of the general area. Staff informed the agents that they were parked on private school property. Okay, that's interesting. And asked them to leave, which they did shortly after, the district said. Both the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office and School Resource Officer have been made aware of the occurrence. We know that the presence of any type of law enforcement presence on campus can create questions or concerns for students, staff, and community members. Students and staff and community members to know that their well-being is our top priority. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to say it in the way that they probably want to say it. KGW reached out to the Department of Homeland Security for more information. DHS did not confirm whether agents were present on school property in Wilsonville or on Monday, saying only that ICE does not go into schools to make arrests of children and that officers would need secondary supervisor approval before any action can be taken in locations like a school. Interesting. Exit page. What the heck? Unresponsive. Everything's unresponsive around here. Exit the page. Crazy machine. Crazy computers. Anyway, what do you think of that story, huh? Craziness. You guys doing good in the chat there? 16 people hanging out there. How you guys doing? What did you guys do today? Let me check and see how that thing is going there real quick here, if you guys don't mind. I'm going to check out the poll there. 14 votes in that poll there. What will be the next deal Trump does? So far, the winner is the Schumer shutdown. The Schumer shutdown will be done before anything else. That's very likely. What? Hey, some of you guys think that I might be the next spokesperson for Trump. I appreciate that. Those votes. Very good, very good. Yeah, it's a scientific poll too, so that's good. Let's get rid of that little thing there. Caitlin Bennett had some fun with some lefties out here. I like to watch some of these little interactions here, so check this out and follow Caitlin Bennett on Twitter or YouTube.
Oh, they're literally doing this to me. Can anyone tell me what fascism is? I know it's a little bit different than that.
Literally asking us a simple question. They have it written on their signs. What is fascism? I know in the panel verse, there's different definitions of fascism out there, but we're asking for what your definition of fascism is. Is it, and try not to just give the example of Germany back in the day, try to actually come up with an actual example. You think they can do that, Steve? Oh, yeah. Really? Oh, that is interesting. Like, I'm Trump, and then you get banned for impersonating somebody. Oh, it could be that you were impersonating a federal official too, so I'm not sure that's the reason they got you, but I'm not saying that's a good reason, but technically that's what you're sort of doing at that point there, if you were doing it while he was in an office.
I really love your sign. Will you stop? Hi, puppies. How are you?
Get away from my dogs. Get away from my dog. Go.
If you
She's being nicer to your dogs than you are.
The dogs will bite you. Back up.
They're threatening to have the dogs bite me.
You're freaking my daughter's dogs out.
Do you know what
Is she blowing a whistle in somebody's face? No, she's not. She's walking up kindly and asking people questions. At the top link tree, yes. Well, we got to look into that thing for you. Thanks for the heads up, Pamela.
Fascism is?
1, 2, 3.
Attacking the press is fascism. You're attacking the press.
That is not a definition. That, at best, is an example. Okay? Do you understand the difference between a definition and an example?
Yeah. You got a fascist right here.
If you want to be this close to me, why don't you just use your words and we can have a dialogue? Silencing the dissenters is fascism. Well, they're literally doing this to me right now.
Hey.
We're
Silencing dissenters is fascism, as they're literally doing that to the person. They're unhinged, exactly, Pamela. They don't understand what they're doing. You see that signing in, ma'am?
here at the
Scapegoating minorities. You mean separating minorities based on their skin color and thinking that they deserve some special thing, affirmative action and things like this? You mean that kind of scapegoating? Oh my goodness, they don't realize that their signs are directed at them and what they do. It's not what the right does. The right treats everybody the same. Religion and government intertwined is fascism. Let me see. Show me one place where the government and religion is intertwined somehow or another. Because if you look at pretty much any constitution, except for maybe some of your Northeast ones up there, that are supposedly liberal, most of them at worst will say inalienable rights. Inalienable rights. You probably call them human rights, but people call them inalienable rights. I mean, it was outside of the human kind of thing. That's bad, worse as any kind of document gets when it comes to a government document on religion.
Honeymoon Island Causeway, where there is a very small protest in front of the Dollar General, where these people are fighting against fascism. We all know that fighters of fascism all began their revolutions outside the Dollar General. So
Outside the Dollar General.
as you can see, we've got the best general.
I just came to the Dollar General too, where I got some tasty Clover Valley toaster pastries. Dollar General is awesome.
Here. And let's see if anybody will talk to us.
What do you notice about the people in this picture that are protesting, that will probably protest on Saturday also? There might be some young people, but what? If you are neutral, you have chosen the oppressor. So even moderates, in this guy's opinion, have chosen the oppressor. That's what I keep telling everybody. It's not a game to them anymore. They say anybody who does not fall in line with their feeling of the world and how it should be is an enemy. You got it written down right there. Isn't that pretty much what he's saying? If you don't follow leftist beliefs, you're on the other side. Wild. It's a required hour. Is that what you're saying, Pamela? It's some kind of an hour for some of these people out here. I feel bad for those dogs and everything having to deal with that kind of stuff, but at least they get fed, right? That one guy said censoring the arts is fascism, guys. Censoring the arts is fascism. When Trump kind of did the Kennedy Center honors and everything, and he put himself at the top of the Kennedy Center honors, which is an arts kind of thing, was he censoring them or was he elevating them by having the President of the United States become the leader of the Kennedy Center honors? I think that's sort of elevating the arts by saying arts are so important to him that he wants to kind of be that command decision maker. But yeah, you want to call it censoring. Piano's not the only one that's going to chat in the chat here, okay? You guys need something else to chat about here since you're not chatting about what's on my screen here. So not that I'm angry with you guys. Do you think that's the actual real lipstick there, or is that sort of a tattoo? What's you got going on there? That's not what I was actually going to ask you about, but I thought that was interesting. What else? What are we going to talk about here in the chat here? We got 14 cool people on YouTube here. Oh, 3 cool people on Twitch. Unless one of them is a troll. You think it's a tattoo on that one there? But it looks like a lipstick tattoo in a weird place, though, doesn't it? He's a bodyguard, so. Anyway, attacking the press is fascism. Oh, so when Obama spied on a journalist from Fox News back in the day, is he a fascist? Is he a fascist since he was literally doing that, you know? Trump simply saying certain news agencies can't write on the airplane, that's not really attacking them. You know, you do know what the word attacking means. Attacking would be spying, would be an example of attacking. Saying, sorry, this particular news agency, you can't be on the airplane. Or saying you're fake news if he doesn't believe them. That's not attacking them. You guys probably say Fox News is evil and propaganda, you know? Is that considered attacking? Anyway, that's pretty cool little 2-minute segment there. That was from Liberty Hangout, Caitlin Bennett. Follow her. Sometimes I like to watch her content there. This is kind of interesting about Christianity here, or something like that. I didn't hear this interaction yet.
You talked about how you hope to end the war in Ukraine because it might help you get into heaven. How does this help? Does this help?
I mean, you know, I'm being a little cute. I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven. Okay, I really don't. I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. I may be in heaven right now as we fly in Air Force One. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make heaven.
You talked about how you hope to end the war.
So what Michael Knowles said about this particular thing, unpopular opinion, President Trump's self-effacing joke about personal unworthiness is more in line with the traditional Christian understanding of salvation than the popular modern belief in what saved always saved. He's basically, Trump's saying is like, I don't think I'll get to heaven, you know. That's what is like, yeah, you got to stay this course, you know. Anyway, you guys can put your 2 cents on that one. I'd be happy if hey, Kamala, nice to see you there. Hopefully you're doing good. Oh, I forgot somebody else said something earlier. Playing out there live. Oh, I like that's a good way to say it, Barkley. Yep, great point there. Great point. Great point. You guys are smart in the chat. You got smart people out here. I don't know if I want to play all of this video here, but Ocean Plot's another guy that you see out there sometimes recording things at the ICE building at night there. This one here, he was watching DHS federal agents arresting Antifa. I'll try not to pause it or skip it if it gets too crazy. That's left.
You can see them looking with binoculars again. Maybe you can see that. Oh, they're coming out.
Freaking flies right in my face. That was a firework, guys, in case YouTube wonders. That was a firework. But I've got a firework of that fly right there. fireworks. Anyway, a lot of people got a lot of exercise last night. I'll tell you that from what I saw. There's a lot of people got a lot of exercise last night. Probably could have used some exercise myself. Kevin Dahlgren is a good follow. He kind of shows you what's going on in the streets of Portland out there. Very kind of sad situations as you see here. We'll see a little bit of it. Do it without the audio though, but you can just kind of see the people that are out there. It's sad situations. They're just like so stuck in their addictions and such. What does the city of Portland do about it? What does the city of Portland do about it? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Remember, because they kind of believe what Antifa believes, that all cops are, you know what? They hardly even let the cops come out here and try to help people out. I think pretty much just sad situations. Anyways, thought you see what Portland's like when you see all these kind of people out there saying that nothing's wrong with Portland. Portland's beautiful. Look at this picture of Waterfront Park. Look at this picture of Forest Park. You know, it's lovely out here. You know, look at Pioneer Courthouse Square. It's amazing. Yeah, well, 3 blocks down the road. A much different story. Sacramento barbershop. I want to hear the story. Some people say that the owner says that Secretary of War is by bringing back clean shaven people, the soldiers and everything, is somehow kind of racist or something like that.
Town Sacramento, the chatter is buzzing about a personal topic that hits close to home.
That's the thing. It's going to affect a lot of soldiers of color.
Richard Davis is the owner of Side Door 1930 Barbershop. 30 years ago, he served in the U.S. Army and National Guard.
Me, I didn't even have any facial hair, so it was like every morning you get up, you had to shave, and I'm shaving my skin.
He says some black soldiers he served with weren't as lucky.
They'd get the ingrown hairs, the irritated skin. Some would have hyperpigmentation, some would have, different types of scarring.
Robert says some of them required shaving waivers, something the military is phasing out.
It all starts with physical fitness and appearance.
In late September, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced new military standards aimed at reshaping all branches of the armed forces. Among the rules, new grooming policies.
We're going to cut our hair, shave our...
But anyway, the point is that people are whining about, doing the same thing that he used to be okay with the shaving, but now he's not okay with shaving. Keep your mind. Yeah, I heard about that situation there. The feds kind of fortified that area there. I'll do a refresh, see if I can find any information on that there. But follow Black Rebel also on Twitter if you guys aren't already. He does a good job out there. But here's some thing lefty are acting funny here. Let's see what he's saying here.
My God, you're the real American. What am I? Just a stupid piece of shit who jumps out of helicopters? What a fucking bitch am I? I probably have the tiniest dick of all. You want to compare? You want to bust them out? We can just get past all in bravado. Just look at our dicks. Don't keep having touch. You can talk. It's cool. This is Portland. It's okay. Alright, illegal alien right now. Please send help.
Look at it. It's a clown show out there at times. Complete clown show. Did you hear about this situation with Alex Baldwin or whatever? Not that I care too much, but it's only 18 seconds. I guess he bumped into a tree in the Hamptons. You think he might be having some cognitive issues too himself? You think so? I think he might be at that age. Yeah, so I'm chatting too much in the chat there. Trying to find ways to keep you guys chatting there in the chat there. Let me ask you another onesie-twosie kind of question there. What time are you guys going to sleep tonight? What time are you guys going to bed tonight? I'm going to go to bed about midnight myself. What time are you guys going to bed tonight, you think? boring question, I know. Here's Jillian Michaels here. She's a smart person leaning conservative here. What'd she say here?
Forget the protests. What about the riots? You're out there looting, setting cars on fire, destroying property in your mask. Like protesting, this is actually a crime, what these guys are doing in some cases in some of these cities, attacking law enforcement. That is a crime. Destroying property, that is a crime. Looting, crime. And they're allowed to wear these masks. But our
Boomers in the chat. Boomers in the chat. Just kidding, guys.
law enforcement that is getting doxxed and having their lives threatened and having their families' lives threatened, which is very real. And I've now experienced it on some very small level. You've got scumbags, I'm sorry, like Gavin Newsom, acting like he is some sort of hero doing this to these guys, putting their lives at risk and their families' lives at risk, despite the fact that they are literally just enforcing federal law. It is their job. They don't even make the law. And if you don't like the law, do something about it. It's that simple.
The Democrats have done a great job brainwashing millions of people and twisting the narrative to get to the point where we are today. Like it breaks my heart.
Brainwashing, yep, pretty much. So we're to the point where they're just kind of so set on it and see that guy's shirt. Like, if you're a moderate, you know, then you're the bad guy. What? Free speech? No, not allowed anymore. There's Jillian Michaels. See what Scott Jennings is up to here. This is yesterday, probably. The smart guy here. Let's see what the smart guy said.
It's a win for the United States of America. This is what it looks like when you have an engaged, strong American president willing to get involved on the world stage. The president of the United States of America, when he acts like this, when he engages in tough situations, when he puts American prestige in the middle of a situation, we can make things happen. It just takes a strong leader, honestly, to get it done. And so I like it that Democrats are supporting the president on this. Of course, Republicans think President Trump has done a magnificent job. But what that tells me is that this is transcending politics. This whole issue, you know, has been on our minds for 2 years. And I think all Americans, whether you support Trump or you oppose him, or whether you support Netanyahu or you oppose him, or wherever you are on the spectrum, you want it to end. You want peace. You want the hostages to come home. And so for the American president on the world stage to be the singular figure brokering this deal, it makes me feel great as an American. And of course, I'm glad as a Trump supporter that he's getting the credit that he deserves.
Boom. Great point. I like it better when he sort of dismantles leftist arguments, but that was a good speech. What? Oh, Vance does a great job of destroying leftist arguments too.
I don't think that the reason that there is a housing crisis is that not enough houses have been built.
And that we have 25 million people who shouldn't be here.
Well, I mean, this is the thing. I
think it's both.
I know you do. I don't think that many people who look into this agree with you, but
you don't need to look into it. 25 million people who wouldn't be here, that are here, that are getting housing at subsidized costs. What, even if they're not getting it subsidized, they're taking away 25. I'll call it 20 million residences, you know, if you even 15 million, depending on how many are families, you know. You understand when you take up residences, oh my goodness, these people are idiots.
about a third of the construction workforce in this country is Hispanic. Of those, a large proportion are undocumented. So how do you propose to build all the housing necessary that we need in this country? By removing all the people who are working in construction.
Well, I think it's a fair.
Yeah. What she just said is racist, right? The left doesn't realize how racist they are, is what the person said. Was it what she just said one of the most racist things you ever heard? Want to hear it again?
By removing all the people who are working in construction.
Well, I think it's
all the people that are working in construction. Referring to illegal immigrants, right? All the people. That doesn't sound like a Southerner of the 1860s, does it, guys? All the people that were picking cotton back then, right?
A fair question, because we know that back in the 1960s, when we had very low levels of illegal immigration, Americans didn't buy houses, didn't build houses. But of course they did. And I'm being sarcastic, of course, in service of a point, Lulu, the assumption that because a large number of home builders now are using undocumented labor, that's the only way to build homes. I think, again,
the country is much bigger.
Fundamental.
The need is much bigger. I mean, I'm not.
That is ridiculous. You should defeat your own purpose. Yeah, the country's much bigger. People are having more kids, or at least they should. And those kids kind of need jobs and everything. Jobs might be harder to find. Good jobs. So guess what they can do? Go into the construction business. How stupid are these people? I mean, yeah, if you get a lot more housing available once people aren't here anymore.
Arguing in favor of illegal immigration, I'm asking how you would deal with the knock-on effect of your proposal to remove millions of people who work in a critical part of the economy.
Well, I think that what you would do is you would take, let's say, for example, the 7 million prime age men who have dropped out of the labor force, and you have a smaller number of women, but still millions of women prime age who have dropped out of the labor force. You absolutely could re-engage folks into the American labor market. This is, I think,
to work in construction?
Of course you could.
I mean,
is this like AI? Nobody's this stupid that makes themselves look optically this bad. She's even dressed like somebody that came out of a white person at a plantation type stuff. And everything she's saying sounds like somebody that came out of an 1860s plantation in the South. You mean those jobs, they're beneath other people, you know, no other person would do those besides a certain group of people that happens to be undocumented. Am I hearing this right? What the heck?
The unemployment rate is 4.1%. Most people who
unemployment rate, Lulu, this is important.
But most people who don't work can't work in the regular economy. They're in the military, they're parents, they're sick, they're old. They might not want to work in construction.
The unemployment rate does not count labor force participation dropouts. And again, this is one of the really deranged things that I think illegal immigration does to our society, is it gets us in a mindset of saying we can only build houses with illegal immigrants when we have 7 million just men.
Imagine it's the second time she's had to sort of say what you said is kind of racisty. He didn't use those words, but it's the second time he's had to say what you're saying is a little racisty.
Not even women, just men who have completely dropped out of the labor force. People say, well, Americans won't do those jobs. Americans won't do those jobs for below the table wages. They won't do those jobs for non-living wages, but people will do those jobs. They will just do those jobs at certain wages. And think about this from the perspective of an American company, okay? I want them to go searching in their own country for their own citizens. Sometimes people who may be struggling with addiction or trauma, get them re-engaged in American society. We cannot have an entire American business community that is giving up on American workers and then importing millions of illegal laborers. That is what we have thanks to Kamala Harris's border policies. I think it's one of the biggest drivers of inequality. It's one of the biggest reasons why we have millions of people who have dropped out of the labor force. Why try to re-engage an American citizen in a good job if you can just import somebody from Central America who's going to work under the table for poverty wages? It is a disgrace, and it has led to the evisceration of the American middle class.
The reason that there is a housing crisis is that
the reason you're so stupid is something. Let's see, which person's more stupid, that interviewer or this guy here? I think this is a silly guy too. I think I haven't seen this.
Police vehicle. That's not. What's the whistle for? I blow the whistle when I see ICE. And so that car that just pulled in there, that Dodge Charger, that's an ICE vehicle. This one right here, the Chevy, you can see those hats that they have on the dashboard. That's not a local police vehicle. That's not a state police vehicle. That's an ICE vehicle. So when I see ICE, I blow the whistle. I'm trying to let these people know as well so that they can call them out when the vehicles are pulling into the facility, a lot of the times with people that have just been kidnapped.
You call it kidnapping?
I do, yeah.
Why?
So these people are being arrested without a warrant. They're being detained without a warrant. They're being tracked based on the color of their skin. The Supreme Court has recently ruled that racial profiling is legal in the country. Legal does not mean moral. Legal does not mean...
You ever read the Supreme Court decision if he thinks that's all it says?
It's upholding civil rights. These are laws that should be struck down, that eventually will be struck down. Much like the Nuremberg trials, the truth will out and justice will eventually prevail.
Genius. Whistle, 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 whistle. Junior high guys that are 40 years old. Santa Claus is out there last night today doing something there too. Let's check this out.
I support the citizens of the United States. Our taxpayer dollars are going to illegal citizens, and that's not right. That's uncalled for. We need to have our citizens here first, taken care of. Why should your taxes go towards illegal people here? Why should your taxes go towards sanctuary cities? It shouldn't. It should be for us, we the people.
Not grifting here, guys, not grifting. Just letting you know, if you wanted to hit the like button's down there, just FYI, and there's also a subscribe button down there too. Just letting you know there's a few more buttons you can press over there. You know, literally press them. You use your mouse cursor and then press the button on your mouse. There's also a super chat thing, goal or whatever, way over the shoulder over there. You can hit that because otherwise I'm going to be hitting out about 6 o'clock if you guys don't hit that goal thing or whatever that's over there. I think there's like 5 little goal things or something like that over there. But anyway, I'll go out at 6 o'clock. Even if you do hit the goal thing, but if you want to try to hit the goal thing, you can. Not grifting. Portland Antifa or Black Rebel, I guess you think. I don't want to watch that one. Probably a good one, but I don't want to watch it. This is what they're doing in the BC here. They like Antifa in British Columbia.
Antifa members are inciting and perpetrating violence in the United States, Canada, and around the world. Charlie Kirk's assassin was Antifa, and Antifa members celebrated his murder. Popular Antifa mouthpieces like Hassan Piker are openly calling for conservatives to be murdered, including a sitting U.S. senator. In Montreal, Antifa members brutally assaulted and broke the arm of Billboard Chris, who was 1BC's esteemed guest here yesterday in the legislature. In Vancouver, last Saturday, Antifa members marched in a demonstration with Sammy Doon, a listed terrorist organization. They wore masks, dressed in black, and flew the Antifa flag to intimidate the public. So my question to the Attorney General is simple. Will she, right now, right here in this House, condemn Antifa?
Any guesses what the Liberals are going to say or do on that one? Any guesses at all? My guess is to say, nope, we can't do that. They're just anti-fascists. Why would we condemn anti-fascists, right?
Attorney General. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'll just start by saying that we're a government that's focused on bringing people together and not dividing them, and is focused on addressing the real issues that British Columbians are facing today. I want to talk about our steps that we've taken on terrorist organizations because of the Premier's leadership, that the Bishnoi gang was classified as a terrorist organization. An example of a real issue that we're addressing that British Columbians are experiencing right now, and we'll keep doing that. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Member supplemental.
Well, with all due respect, Mr. Speaker, my question was not about that. My question was about Antifa, a decentralized leftist organization like neo-Nazis on the right, which should be very easy to condemn. I personally condemn both Antifa and neo-Nazis. Mr. Speaker, why won't the Attorney General say the words? It's easy. I condemn Antifa.
Attorney General.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We condemn all forms of political violence. In fact, there were recent incidents of members of this House where they've experienced what we think is really unnecessary and unfortunate incidents of violence against their offices and threatening their people. These are the real issues that we're focusing on, that British Columbians are...
They won't do it, guys. They will not do it. Yeah, that guy's a clown, yeah. Hopefully you guys are doing good there today. I'm about to be done here in a little while here. I got other things to do unless you guys want to try to keep me here, but I don't think you do. So I'll finish this video, play some music for you, then we'll head on out.
facing right now. And as I mentioned, the Bishnoi gang, another real issue that we're focused on today, this type of Trump-style politics that's coming to this House that is in
where somebody asks you a question and you haven't been able to answer it, that's Trump-style politics? That's Trump-style politics, really? Asking for a dialogue in your version of Congress here? That's Trump-style politics? Where you condemn Antifa behavior and you don't want to do it? Where we condemn our bad guys and your bad guys, and you only condemn our bad guys, but not your bad guys. Okay, that's your typical left behavior right there. Typical left type behavior.
addressing the real issues that British Columbians are facing is really unnecessary and unwelcome.
Oh yeah. I'm sure the people of British Columbia love to have a bunch of black-clad people yelling and screaming at all hours of the evening, doing all that kind of crazy stuff. That's what they love to do in a great state up there. Anyway, I'm going to play this music here called Mr. Bill's Riot Reel. If you guys like it, you can like it, but I got other things to do. I might come back on later tonight just to get on the panel and jibber jabber, but see what this Riot Reel thing sounds like here. You can sing my shirt too.
Oh, Mr. Bill, what do you see? That's the chance, the anarchy. Lots of flashy chaos feels real. He's making a story on his riot reel. Yeah, he's making a story on his riot reel. Spray paint slogans on the courthouse wall. Voices rise, but they stumble and fall. Smoke curls up like a devil's grit, while Bill keeps rolling through the den. People run as the sirens wail. The city's heart beats wild and frail. Through the broken glass, the truth is bare. Mr. Bill finds the stories there. Oh, Mr. Bill, what do you see? The last, the chance, the anarchy. Lots of flashy chaos feels real. He's making a story on his riot reel. Yeah, he's making a story on his riot reel. Don't pick sides, just let's it.
Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'll still finish that song for you there, but I saw BCP is live right now. He hasn't set it up so I can raid him. Unfortunately, he needs to learn how to use his YouTube studio a little bit better. But anyway, I'm gonna put his link in the chat here, so you guys can watch him. He's down there at Portland right now, near the ICE building. There's probably a few people out there. Columbus Day and Indigenous people of Portland or whatever are probably out there doing their thing. If you do go out there, ask him something you could probably ask him in his chat or whatever. He might not see your chat, but I always like sending people, ask him a question here. I'm going to ask him how many teenagers he has. I had a discussion with him the other day. He said he doesn't have 3 teenagers. I thought he had 3 teenagers. So ask him how many teenagers kids he has. That's a good question, I think. It's not too personal. Here is going to be the link to BCP's chat there. But we'll finish this all here for you.
A modern tale of the brave and bold. Some call it madness, some call it lies, but Bill just captures the howls and cries. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Bill, what do you see? The master chants the anarchy. Lights flashing, chaos feels real. He's making a story on his riot reel. Yeah, he's making a story on his riot reel. Yeah, he's making a story on his riot reel.
I like this one.
Spray paint slogans on the courthouse wall. Voices rise, but they stop.
All right, you get the idea about that song pretty much. All right, guys, I got other things to do, so go give BCP some love over there. I can ask him that question if you don't mind. If you're going to go over there, he's been streaming for about 50 minutes so far already. He usually stays out there longer than that, so I'm going to assume he's going to stay out there even longer here. So anyway, check him out over there. Link one more time for the heck of it in the description or in the chat. There it goes. But otherwise, he'll be rated to a guy named JS, a Trump supporter that does little panels and things like that. The only other person I could find, but it'll rate it over him. Tell him I said hi. Later, Gators. Make sure you go watch the BCP. Ask him that question. Ask him the question. I'm just going to end it.